This one we're going to call green. Green line. Where's the tunic? I call that one zero responsive. So for this one, the white one, I'm going to check the wires first. They're not wiggling. This is the bassoon, by the way. Welcome to this evening's live. Subscribe. Hi, ICGT. So this is not a good one. I'm putting it, that one goes to the middle. It's responsive, but I think the sound is a little too low. I'm gonna check the wires here. This one is not so responsive. The wires are tight. What is wrong with you? Maybe the weather changed. You can be bad. Yes, I have actually, I studied the bassoon a long time. 40 years almost. It's so fun. It's good to have a hobby that lasts 40 years. Actually, I'm professional, but it's so fun. It feels like a hobby. gonna go in the middle of the pack. Welcome everybody. So I've got 6 reeds to rank, and the slots number 6, 3, and 4 are filled. Where's this one gonna go? Playing a few scales. Always a good thing to do on Monday. Now that's a bit low. Okay, I think Hudson, hi. This is number 2. I think this one is number 2. Okay, you can see the opening on this one. It's too big, so we're going to squish it down. Slightly not balanced. I don't have high hopes for this. The wires are tight enough. This side feels softer than this side. It's just amazing how God lets things like this make music. All right, let me just hear it before I judge it. Okay, this is going to go to number 5 slot. It's just not responding. Here's the next one, multicolored. It's been around for a while. And this one is the 3rd green one. Oh, our lovely refrigerator is beeping again. Okay, so we've got the last reed, and I somehow don't think this is going to be the best reed, so we might have to move everybody over in the box. And the new one is always like, maybe the new one will be great. I feel like that every time I start writing a new piece of music, or I open a new reed, I think maybe this next one will be awesome. And it's the Jewish New Year, 5785. And I learned today in my Bible study, it's actually called the Feast of blowing trumpets, blowing ram's horns. So I'm testing my reeds. Okay, and this will be the new reed. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. We have lots of fun here, lots of music and reflections on some scripture, a little bit of my testimony, Bible studies, general encouragement, news about the weather. I predict it's going to get colder. Occasionally some talk about dinosaurs. All things classical, acoustic, original Christian. Hey, thank you, Icy. You're awesome. All right. Okay, now, will this one really be number one? I don't know. It looks too open. Oh, thank you. Here's this little tool. This is just a simple pliers. I'm getting excited. There's not so many people that play this instrument. There's about 25,000 that I know of. And not that I've talked to them all, but I'm going to meet 2 of them, I think, next Monday. And I would love to have enough reeds so that I could share one with them or help them. Reed, but it seems like it's reaching the end of its life. It's too mellow. So what I'm going to do, I'm not going to put it in the number 1 position, but I think I'm going to trade 3 out to be, this will be the number 3 reed. Here's the little set, and it's been fun ranking them. This is number 3. They change a lot with the weather and stuff. They're very moody. Okay, so now I know tomorrow morning I'm gonna get up and practice piano, practice singing, or practice this, but I need these reeds to work. And we're gonna have a new reed for the new year. Where's that little green one? Ah, I see it. Okay, this one has not even been opened one bit. And you will be the first people to ever hear the sounds of this brand new reed. Would anyone like to name this reed? Chat in what you think it should be named. It's got kind of a green wrap on it. All right. By the time I've cut the tip of this open, I want somebody out there to name this reed. You could name it after yourself. Here's the reed desk. Oh my. Okay, we need this thing to be a certain amount of millimeters. No, yes, millimeters, not centimeters. We're going to go for 28 millimeters. Maybe 5, 6. No, that's no. Okay, it's 26 millimeters. So we'll mark it like this. There we go. Here's the little measuring line. And I'm very thankful I'm still using many of the tools that my dad gave me when I started playing this instrument in high school. And God blessed me with a lot of scholarships and a lot of great training, and I've kept the tools, so. Wow, what if this is the best one? I'm going to read ASMR. Did anybody come up with a name for this reed? Do you want to call it quacky? Or like maybe lime or something? It's kind of like electric lime, perhaps. It looks a little glittery. Shiny lime. It's definitely not forest green. I wonder how this is going to sound. Okay, so that's kind of a high note, probably a G sharp. I think this is going to be a good read. Huh. I should keep all my tools in one place. So some of this I just have to go by intuition. I have the feeling that one side just feels heavier than the other. I have a little machine I can measure it with. But it's Monday and I'm kind of impatient to hear it, but kind of cautious because I know there might be a student depending on this read. So I'm not going to be too impulsive with it. I'm not going to finish it. Thank you, Ritty. All right, who would like to name this little green reed? That's actually better, I think. Just a little bit better. Do you think we should call it electric lime or green glitter? Maybe you want to hear it. I don't believe it. I just opened this one up and it's the best read. It's the very best read in the box. I'm going to throw one of these out. That's terrible. Let's call it green glitter. I don't want to call it lime. I feel like that would be insulting to this read. All right, now who has to go to the trash? This is sad. Well, look at this. It's a green reed that's going to the trash. Everybody gets to move over. We have a new number 1 for tomorrow. Green glitter. All right, mission accomplished with that. I am free to answer questions. I'm going to put this bassoon away and I'm going to go over to my composition desk, which is a brand new desk to me, even though it was made like maybe 80 years ago. But somebody was remodeling a house and they left it on the side of the road with a sign that said free. And I've never remodeled anything in my life. So these 2 guys were out there and I said, can you put it in my car? And they put it in the car. And I was so thankful. Because it gets to be about the time of the school year where you want a real desk. Like at some point, everybody has to sit down and study. Does anyone out there have a desk they love? If you see my lives from last week, you can know this was a very busy week in Duran Music Studio because we did an open rehearsal. I went up to play for a university. They were getting a new president. And that was awesome, but like kind of disorienting. Here's the boot joint. Amazing. Okay, before I go over to take good care of this thing, we're actually gonna get the water out of it. Made friends with an oboe player. Oboe is the smaller double reed woodwind. And she's going to school where I used to go to school. In Cincinnati, which is a great music place. I made so many music friends in Cincinnati. And I wouldn't mind going back there if the Lord opened an opportunity. Okay, that goes there, this comes off, this gets turned off. I will read to you on my scale book. It says, my heart is steadfast. God, my heart is steadfast. I will sing and make music with all my soul. And I feel like I get to do that through singing and through these different instruments. All right, and now we're going to do some composing because that's mainly what I do. I write new music. And if I get a new version of something, I have to try to write it down the best way it can sound as soon as possible before I forget it. I think most people are like that with their ideas. They don't want to forget them soon. Okay, so we had a program last night. I'm going to take you over to the desk, the new old desk. And, sorry, can't really see the desk, but maybe you're feeling kind of nauseous. There's the desk. Okay, so we're going to see how long it takes to get 25 notes corrected down. Well, I told my tuba friend that I was gonna update. So I guess I'll do that. I'll update. You score 3. Huh. Now, usually, okay, this is not a mistake, but I'm going ahead now to get to MuseScore 4. So I've been using this MuseScore program. It's a great free program. They've got it updated now. And I've been using 3 and they have version 4. So let's see what happens here. I hope it doesn't change a whole bunch of the fonts and like get things misaligned. But they always improve things when they update them. That's life. I told it I wanted the update. Now where did it go? Okay. Oh. Maybe I need to. Do that. Got a really encouraging note I'm going to read from this At Home with the Psalms open rehearsal I did yesterday. It says, Nicole, I just sent you the photos from today's performance. Thank you again for the wonderful performance. It was truly inspiring. What a beautiful way to share music and give praise to God. Best regards, my friend. So, her last name is Ju. So, I'm so happy she liked it. And she helped me with great photography. All right. What is happening here? Should I try it again? Okay, so you see it says there's a new download available. I'm going to click it, and I think it should like begin download now and get me updated. So I'm like up to this year's current model. Okay, I think I see what's happening here. It's a DMG file, and it keeps going into downloads. Okay, and it's the application, and I see Muse Hub with a slash through it. That doesn't seem right. All right. You can't use this version with this version of Mac. You have Mac 11. The application requires Mac 12. Oh, I'm shut out. I've been thinking about getting a new computer. All right, guys, if you're on here, subscribe so eventually I can like monetize and get a few tips to get a new laptop. All right, I'm praying you guys get what you need tonight, and I'm signing off. I was going to do 25 notes, but the thing is not updated. Should I just do it on the old version? Maybe I should do it on the old version. I mean, sometimes you got to make do with what you have, right? All right. So, okay. We're not doing the new version of this. Now, at least I feel like I tried. Okay, the first piece was Psalm 1 on the program. That was wonderful. No corrections to that. Psalm 2. Okay, we did this really cool thing where we adapted Psalm 2. So I'm going to look at that one. Why do the nations conspire and the people plot a vain thing? Bassoon and cello, voice, bassoon. Psalm 2 for voice, piano, cello, and bassoon. Ooh, that would be nice. Bassoon and cello, bassoon and cello. Psalm 2. No, that definitely is not the version. Music current files. If we say recent, Psalm 2 for cello, Psalm 2 for bassoon. Past 30 days? I think 30 days is too far back. So there was one for just voice and piano. Why am I not finding that? Did I name it something else besides Psalm 2? Okay, we can go back in, I think part of this has something to do with the iCloud. I think the iCloud is sucking up my compositions. So I've read from other composer performers that you kind of get all into like composition mode for a little while, and then if you teach, you get all into teaching mode, and then you're composing and all this stuff is open, and summer is the best time to compose. But I feel like I should fix things as I go along. DMS music. Why do nations conspire? Wait, no, that's PDF. I can't change PDF. Steadfast Heart, September 2nd. We're still in September, right? What would the Lord say if the people gathered together? Pulling off every chain, they would break off every fetter. The one enthroned in heaven last. Now I know what happened. I emailed it to the student and asked him to print it out. Let's go back to the emails. Hello, Google. Did I email it to his mom? Yes. Ooh. Relentless let's see, marching with power. Okay, but I think I need to do like the file. Naming things is really hard. That has been the task since the garden. Okay, revise. Maybe I could look around the day. Okay, let's print out a hard copy while we see it. This is a really good piece. So it says Psalm 2 for Priscilla Duran with Hudson Johns. So again, here I'm seeing the PDF version. Psalm 2 updated. Some of them I like group together Psalms. Okay, well, welcome to the live. I'm going to wrap up here because I just get a sense from the Lord that this is work for somebody else to do. And the person who adapted this could very easily plug these notes into the score, and it would probably teach him a thing or two about music. So I'm hoping he's willing to do that in his lesson, and I can pay him for it. All right, that would be fun. It's fun to pass on music to the next generation. Like and subscribe, and we'll be in for more adventures tomorrow. Good night, everyone. God bless.